Assalamu alaikum students. I hope that you are doing well and enjoying your e-lessons as well as Zoom classes and doing your assignments with responsibility.
Assignment 11. Novel. Matilda. Chapter 9, 10, 11 and 12. Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? I'm sure you will be in the best of your health and you must have completed your home task too. I hope you have got your books and SPSC notebooks. Okay, today we are going to do novel. We are going to have several parts of this video, right? So we will begin this video with the sight words. You know you have to repeat after me. Brilliance. Reassemble. Presumed. Underestimate. Enthusiastic. Inconvenient. Frail. Rapturously. Juggle. Simpering. Sloppiness. Embraced. Craggy. Delinquents. Nymph. Confronted. Wobble. Skin scrocher. Menacing. Formidable. Mumbled. Unpredictable. Persuasive. Implicable. Conscious. Perseverance. Murky. Gruesome. Scrimmed. And satchel. Alright students, as you know about Matilda, she has started to go to school as well. She meets Miss Honey, the super kind lady. She discovers that Matilda is extraordinary and she should be moved to a higher level. We also came to know about Miss Trunchbull and her ways of treating kids. Miss Honey, the sweet lady, tries to convince Miss Trunchbull about the potential Matilda has and to send her to level compatible to her mind, but she refuses. Alright, so we are going to start with chapter 9 today. It is the parents. Although there is no help from the administration, Miss Honey will totally figure something out. She collects a bunch of advanced textbooks and brings them to Matilda. The two chat before recess ends and Miss Honey explains to Matilda that she can spend each class reading these books, while the other students learn more basic stuff. Miss Honey thinks Matilda is awesome, well-behaved and polite. It seems like Miss Trunchbull was totally wrong. Because she's not someone who gives up easily, Miss Honey decides she'll go to see Wormwoods later and work with them to try and figure something out for Matilda. Maybe tutoring? And why is she doing all this? It's because a student like Matilda makes Miss Honey glad to be a teacher. That very evening, Miss Honey heads to the Wormwoods to speak to them about their daughter. But soon, she discovers that the Wormwoods won't at all That very evening, Miss Honey heads to the Wormwoods to speak to them about their daughter. But she soon discovers that the Wormwoods won't be all that much help. Miss Honey merely mentions Matilda. Mr. Wormwood automatically decides that his daughter must have done something wrong. Then, like the polite guy that he is, Mr. Wormwood tells her to go away because they want to watch TV. In a moment worthy of a cheer, Miss Honey tells him to grow up and call him out for being a bad parent. When she meets Mrs. Wormwood, she discovers that Matilda's mom is just as bad. In fact, Mrs. Wormwood won't even turn off her TV show. She just mutes the TV. Although the Wormwoods are both super rude, Miss Honey presses on and tries to explain that Matilda is really smart and talented. Her reading level is so high, but the Wormwoods say it's not their fault that the reading isn't important at all. They don't value Matilda's achievements. Making matters worse, Mrs. Wormwood compares beauty of intelligence and insults Miss Honey. Says Mrs. Wormwood is beautiful and Miss Honey isn't, because Miss Honey is a teacher. Here, the narrator is making a joke, right? As you know, Mrs. Wormwood is not beautiful at all. Overall, Miss Honey is amazed by the Wormwood's stupidity. She tries to tell them about Matilda being good at math, to which the Wormwoods say, "Big woo." Even though she knows it's not going to sink in, Miss Honey stresses the value of education before getting out of there. Now we will move towards the next chapter, chapter 10. Throwing the hammer. We knew we liked Matilda. She is good at acting normal and not getting all puffed up about how smart she is. So it's no wonder then that she gets along really well with other kindergarten students who don't really care that she can read better or do better maths than they can. One day, Matilda and her new friend Lavender are playing outside during recess when an older girl, Hortensia, comes up to them and tells them some horror stories about Miss Trunchbull. Using what sounds like a hyperbole, Hortensia makes Miss Trunchbull seem incredibly evil. She tells them about the choking, which is a closet full of sharp objects that Miss Trunchbull shuts people in when they are being bad. Hortensia's been in there for a couple of years because she's played some major pranks on Miss Trunchbull, like covering the seat with something called golden syrup. Then she put itching powder in all of Miss Trunchbull's clothes. Awesome, isn't it? Each time Hortensia was punished, she explains that even when there's no evidence, Miss Trunchbull can usually guess who did something bad. So Hortensia got caught for all her crimes. Apparently, though, the punishment hasn't spoiled the glory of the itching powder scene, which Hortensia describes a great detail. The prank really impresses both Lavender and Matilda. The point here is Hortensia tells them that their school is like a combat zone. Lavender and Matilda both volunteer for Hortensia's army. They too want to fight Miss Trunchbull. The latest horror story Hortensia tells them is that Miss Trunchbull threw someone out of window for eating in class. She says that Miss Trunchbull used to be an Olympic level athlete. Then they witness Miss Trunchbull in action. She marched up a little girl named Amanda who has her hair in two braids. In front of everyone, Miss Trunchbull tells Amanda she has to cut her hair off. When Amanda tries to protest, Miss Trunchbull picks Amanda up by the braids and swings her around a bunch of times before tossing her a great distance into a nearby field. Amanda doesn't seem hurt and Miss Trunchbull goes on her merry way. At that point, Hortensia tells Matilda and Lavender that nobody will stand up to Miss Trunchbull because she terrifies everybody. Okay, Now we will move towards our home task. Your home task is to answer the questions. Chapter 9. Question 1. Why did Miss Honey make a visit to Matilda's house? Question 2. What was Mrs. Wormwood doing when Miss Honey came to visit? Chapter 10. Question 1. Who is Hortensia and why is she important to the story? Question 2. Who is Lavender and why is she important to the story? Question 3. In what event did Miss Trunchbull compete in the Olympics and how did this skill affect the school children? Question 4. What happened to Amanda Third? Okay, that's all for the part 1 of the novel. I will see you inshallah in part 2. Don't forget to watch part 2. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.